One spot.
Where's the chat?
I gotta find it. Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
What's up? Sorry if things are a little bit of a mess. I'm still trying to get internet on the laptop in here. I am obviously not on the regular set location because, you know, I teleported down here again.
Oh God. Okay, where's my chat? Oh, that's right. I gotta go there. Get into that.
Get the audio.
Pause button as quickly as possible. What in the world is that? Is that a camera?
I think it's probably for like VR or something like that.
What kind of weird stuff is advertising on this? Light. Huh. That's weird. Oh. Who's that ugly guy?
Oh, who's that? Who's that hippie next to him? Oh my gosh.
Chat.
Nobody in chat. Did you tweet it out?
No.
Oh, hey, what's up, Handy Outdoor Nerd?
What's up? Hey, Ron. Like, shut up.
I'm still trying to get internet. Sorry.
You don't have internet yet?
No, it's not letting me connect.
Take the 2 off.
That's what it's calling it.
It shouldn't be.
Now it's saying it can't connect to your... Oh, wait, now it's saying it's connected. Let me see. There we go.
I have to know the name of my network.
This laptop lately has been weird when it comes to connecting to the internet. It still works, but oh well.
I don't even know why I need that big of a screen of us on here anymore. Since you're right here and I'm not having to look for you.
Yes, Greg, it's totally the hair problems.
We got Greg in the house?
Yeah, we got Greg in the house because I'm reading the chat.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's right. BB3D, the Giggles and Facepalm show, is live here from Jimmy Shaw's Tidbits top secret lair. Thank you again for having me down here, dude.
Yeah, no problem, man. What in the world? Clean your laptop, boy.
What do I use? Napkins?
Grab that blue towel over there.
Okay.
Get that microfiber towel, man. What in the world have you done to your laptop?
I'm telling you, dude.
Jay's 2 cents would pimp slap you, man. That's horrible. Look at this. Look at this filth. Oh my God.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry. I'll try and keep my room cleaner next time. Should I show people what it's really like around here?
No,
No, I'm not. That's not my place.
You're gonna have to spit on that and like wipe it down really.
I'm telling you, dude, Grandma's house.
Dude,
I
thought it gets dusty out here. You know what? Here.
That's nothing there. Oh, we're pulling out the good stuff.
Yeah, hit him with that.
Don't do that at home, children, all right? I did not pull the trigger.
Oh my God.
This week's episode, we're figuring out how dirty my laptop is. Here, I'll spin it around so everybody can see all the filth flying out. Y'all can stare at yourself on the chat. I can't see anything. This is just like, this is why you don't have me over.
Dude, it looks like your laptop's got dandruff.
It probably does. Oh gosh, that's all over everything. Sorry, Jimmy. Hey, what's up, Mr. Carroll Science? Glad you made it in here, dude. You get to watch me clean my laptop.
BB3D, put some spec shine on that bad boy. Oh my God, man.
Ugh. Now it looks a lot better.
Does it?
A little bit. I'm just always scared to clean the things. I don't want to do something, and then all of a sudden, like, I blow the laptop up or something like that. Because I'd be bad.
So I did some unboxing the other day. I unboxed another 3D printer. So I got more of these little bags. somebody ever watches this show and sees this and just sees a random Ziploc bag this size, they're gonna wonder what the world's going on there.
Maybe put like some oregano in it while you're at it, just for good measure.
Yeah, that'd go over great. Greg says needs some holy water for that.
We are in the old chapel, so maybe is there like, you know, some like fix you can put on the laptop to bless it or something?
Yay, free bag of Coke.
Oh, geez. We'll have to go to the motorhome and stream so we can actually like hold it on like a regular stream.
Oh my god, man.
Sorry about that.
That's bad.
Telling you, dude. Oh. Shot back is not fun.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We
Does this seat go up?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't. You want this one?
No, I'm fine. I'll just sell my film at school. I'm just kidding. I'll be fine.
Find something for you to sit on.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
It's all good?
It's all good.
It's all good in the hood?
It's all good in the hood, dude.
Okay.
Better than that plant growing in over there.
I know, I gotta cut that.
It's just creepy. There's literally a hole in the wall that a plant is growing through there. I kid you not, guys. This is the insanity that goes down at Jimmy Shaw's Tidbits. Last time I came here, what, a hen had sprouted chicks, and now there's a plant growing through your wall.
Oh, what was that? By hen spread some chicks? What?
No, last time I was here, one of the best hens had a bunch of chicks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Andy Outdoor is asking, how's school going?
How is school going? Actually, it's going pretty good. Do you guys want a quick rundown of the classes I'm taking, or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so let's see. I was enrolled in a swim class, but I had to drop that because as much as I enjoyed swim, I was A, getting really cold in the class, and B, it was absolutely killing my knee, especially my right one, because that pool was cold. And me and cold water don't go together very well. So I had to quit that, sadly. What? What are you looking at?
Well, I just.
Oh, okay.
I can't look at John here. Well, I guess I could go look at John here.
You could.
It just looks weird.
I thought you were gonna like watch me like.
Go ahead, Calvin.
Okay. No, so I sadly had to drop that just because it wasn't working. It was a bummer. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't working, so whatever. Then I've got my lab safety basics class, which is more like staring at everybody who doesn't want to wear their PPE, which really frustrates me.
PPE?
Personal protective equipment, your safety glasses, your
condoms.
Okay.
Well,
I meant your safety glasses, your respirator, and your hearing protection if you want it. And then later on, gloves if you need them. But like 3/4 of the class seems to think that not wearing the respirator is fine. Another half thinks it's not cool. It's totally cool to not wear your safety glasses. And I'm just like, if anybody gets anything in their eyeball, it looks really bad for the program, and especially the instructor. If all of a sudden it's like, so why did that happen? Well, genius over here wasn't wearing his safety glasses like he was, and it falls back on the teacher. Well, why weren't you enforcing it? You know, I leave it at that. So that class is actually interesting. You get to build over the course of the semester a small little shelf with like 2 hanger racks, which is cool because then you get to learn how to use like a table saw, which is what we're working on now, a chop saw, band saw, router table, things like that. So it's like, oh, that's cool. Then what else is there? So there's like a history of design class, which I've only had one of because it's on Mondays. And first Monday night class, the poor instructor didn't realize the building got changed, so he showed up like half an hour late. Actually felt pretty bad for the guy because a lot of people showed up late too because they didn't know where the building was. Then oh jeez. Then there's then we didn't have class 2 Mondays ago because of Labor Day, and then this Monday the instructor called 6. We didn't have class again. Woohoo. Then there's the visual design literacy class, which is interesting, even though it's more geared towards like graphic designers. It's still interesting. Then I'm taking a geography of California class, which is pretty cool. I'm taking like an environmental problems and solutions class, which is kind of cool. And then I'm also taking an online course, which is kind of like a little introduction to the design course. Go go see an advisor to get some help, sort of thing, which is it's online, but it's pretty cool. So that's my school semester so far. Sorry, guys, I haven't done any videos about school yet. I've just been way too busy with the move and finding housing and all that crap.
Definitely not cleaning your laptop.
Yeah, sorry. Hater.
Should we go to the chat?
No, because chat's really like, no, I'm kidding. It's your stream out.
If you need safety glasses, respirators at the same time as condoms, that's what you call the bad side of town.
Yeah, I won't add anything to that statement because I'm gonna take Jimmy's word on it.
Greg says all the above plus lube.
That's what's in that 55-gallon drum at the end of the driveway?
Hey, you stole that line from Jerry's video.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that one? When he's cleaning out his garage?
Oh yeah.
The 55 gallons of lube.
Was it like a rain barrel or something?
Yeah, I think it's where he's storing water.
What?
At least that's his story. He can do it.
Well, you know, you could always have the dry stuff in a pack somewhere that you just didn't show on camera.
That's probably where he hides all the acid to get rid of the bodies.
All the annoying fans that came up and then just vanished.
55 gallons of astroglide.
Oh my gosh. Do they sell that at OSH?
I don't know. There should be 15 to 50% off as of today's sign.
That was the sign last week too, I think.
No, it's 40%.
Oh snap! I should go there tomorrow.
Yeah, it actually went up. It was 40, and now it's supposed to be 50%. So as you saw in our title, we were going to talk about stuff and things, but of course we're going to talk about Orchard. I don't know about everybody else where you live and what kind of stores you have around you, but around here, the one store we can always go to whenever we need a part for a 3D printer, especially when it comes to bolts, nuts, screws, washers, all kinds of stuff that way.
O-rings.
O-rings.
You name it.
You and your rubber O-rings. I swear.
I have an addiction to them, and I am totally, shameless about admitting it.
Anyway.
That was so
The
bad.
one place that we always go around here is called OSH. It's Orchard Supply Hardware. And sadly, in the last, month and a half, they have announced that they are closing their doors forever at the end of the year. All, was it 99 locations?
I don't know all the details. All I know is OSH is closing, and it's really traumatic.
I mean, you got a computer there. Pop it in and see. I believe it was 99 locations, what I heard on the news. And they're not a huge company, but at the same time, they were bought out fairly recently. I believe it was about 2 years ago by Lowe's. And I believe that was probably a lot of the reason for the closing. Since Lowe's is really doing a huge push to build their business, I think they just decided to kind of off the competition that way. Thing about Orchard, no matter what company has owned them in the past, they never have eliminated their management structure. They never merged with any company completely. Not that I would know or anything, but yeah.
I think Jimmy told me some stuff in the car that I can't publicly talk about, but it was interesting.
Yeah, they never fully merged with any company that ever bought them. And I think that's a lot of probably the reasons why this last company is just saying, I'm pulling the plug on you. That's just my hunch. But it's unfortunate because they were the one place that I could always go and get a, what is this, M4 or 5 by 50 millimeter cap screw. They were always the one place you can always go and just open up a drawer and pull out all the stuff you need, go right up to the cash register, pay for it, and be on your way. So it's very unfortunate that they're dipping out.
Well, I mean, I will say when I say I have a little bit more of a personal connection with OSH, it's because growing up as a kid, I was homeschooled for all of school up until I got into started in community college, and even then I Started that in 8th grade, and then I was still homeschooled until I graduated high school. But OSH was like the go-to place for science fair projects. Yeah. Like the OSH in Thousand Oaks was like 10 minutes drive, if that, if you hit every traffic light, every stop sign, and drove 10 miles an hour to get there. I mean, it was like really close by to go to. Sure, it wasn't the cheapest, but Home Depot was like a good 20, 25 minutes away. Yeah. And for certain things, you could only go to OSH and get there, but so many science fair projects and so many projects were helped by the Thousand Oaks OSH. I mean, it pretty much became to the point where like some of the people who were regulars there at checkout like just didn't like know my name or anything, but like knew me and my dad and were like, oh, what project are you working on now? But one of the, I know my dad, if he was watching this, he'd chime in. One of the fun things was, remember we were walking through the OSH and I was building a piston water pump that was inspired by Scrap Heap Challenge, a great TV show. I think it was, yeah, it was Scrap Heap Challenge when they were building fireboats. I was building a piston pump. And the cool thing was, yes, thanks, Paul. I'm probably going to do that soon. I was building a piston pump, and we were just cruising through the aisles, going through the hardware section, and I remember there were castle nuts there. And I asked my dad, well, what the heck do you use those for? And he was explaining how you use a safety wire through it and things like that. But the interesting thing was when he saw that, he didn't, duh, that's how we can make the ball valves for the piston pump, because we were using, back in the days when computer mice had the balls in them. Yeah. We were literally using a computer mouse ball sitting inside of a piece of pipe that was a little bit larger. It sat on the bottom, so depending upon the way the pressure was going, it would either allow flow in or off. But the problem was if you had too much flow coming in, the ball would hit the top, and it would shut off the flow. I never thought I'd see the day to hear Calvin talking about mouse balls. I'm talking about mouse balls, dude. So when he saw the castle nut thing, he's like, well, wait, you don't see what you can do with this? So it was thanks to the castle nut at OSH we didn't buy, but we saw in the drawer, that we got the idea for the top of the pump to file grooves in there, and if the ball went up, the flow could still go around it. Yeah, Calvin, those were some interesting hand gestures. So here we have the piston sliding up and down the sleeve with the juice can lids and the tire tube seal. BB3D says, you have mouse balls. That's nothing. I got beer nuts. Somewhere at my parents' house, they still got the water pump. So one of these Calvin and Jimmy shows, I'm going to climb a ladder and I'm going to bring my laptop up there and be like, check it out, guys. The water pump with the mouse balls in it. But no, that's one of the actual personal connections I have to with OSH. And the other one is in the video that I linked to, the time that me and Danielle went out in the ocean and we lost our camera. Earlier in that day, I think it was also before we did the very first ever ocean water shoot. We had to run to OSH to get hardware because it was like right there. So OSH is like being big because I literally ran to OSH, got the O-rings, got the hardware, waiting to pick up my prints from Nerves over at Starbucks before we ran to the ocean, and I froze to death in there, and I'm like assembling the GoPro rig frantically. That was fun though. But it's sad to see OSH go, even though they're more of a, I classified them, they kept on reinventing themselves. You know, I classified them as quote a boutique hardware store because they were more like going for the, oh, we're so opulent and fancy. They have helped out a lot of projects. So OSH, I'm really sorry to see you guys go, but you will always hold a portion of my heart as the hardware store that made science fair projects and make it with Calvin possible. And I really want to know what they're going to put in there over at the one in Thousand Oaks. I'm just thankful that they opened up a Lowe's here in Salinas because without Orchard, that's the only other place I got to go. Although I will say over in San Francisco, the only OSH that I know about was all the way over by Fisherman's Wharf, which is like a good 30-minute plus drive from where I live. And I'm like, forget it. So usually I just go to Home Depot, which is like 30 minutes the other way, but the San Francisco Lowe's, which is like 15 minutes. The people, like half the workers over there just ignore you, and half of them are like super rude if you ask them a question. And I'm like, you're done. Not going. Mr. Kerosans, super smart engineering thing, Jimmy. Mouse balls. Well, you guys gotta remember, this was done back, and my dad would know exactly, but I think Orchard is more of a California thing, isn't it? I think it's kind of like in and out. It's more of a California thing. I know they, according to the LA Times article, they had. I know they're based out of San Jose, California. So they're the home office is literally 50 miles north from here. I mean, they have 99 locations in California, Oregon, and Florida. So that's pretty, yeah, that's why. Which is weird that they were like only in California, Florida, and Oregon. Like, what the heck? It's just weird. But yeah, they were always an interesting place. But the one thing I will say that was really interesting after they revamped OSH for like the 10 millionth time was I was going through there and they had bins. This was after RadioShack closed down. They didn't have like electronic components, but they had literally a drawer with like 9-volt battery snaps and AA and AAA battery holders and like Meccano stamped steel little brackets that you could like screw together, or angle pieces, or just random crafting things like wooden barrels and this and that. And they weren't cheap, but it was really cool to see them actually trying to branch out and get some of the hobby people in there. I think I even tweeted them out like, guys, I love this. This is really cool. But no, it's sad to see them go. You know,
how can I compare Orchard in terms of people in the Midwest and all that?
It's probably like the Ace Hardware.
You know, the Tractor Supply. Think of Tractor Supply as far as, let's see. You know, you go to Tractor Supply and you pretty much can find almost anything you need. Not necessarily what you want, but about anything you need. That's kind of the way Orchard is. It's like you may not find what you want, but you're always going to find what you need there.
I've never been to TSC before, but I think
You've never been to Tractor Supply?
I've been to Bass Pro Shop.
Dude, just want to go where you need to go there.
I think I will go there.
It will change your life.
I will
You're like, I never thought I needed this.
That's why I waited until now to go to the OSH that's closing down just to see if they've got anything good. But if they got spray cans for cheap, I might just grab a couple because spray paint ain't cheap, but we'll see. Not unless all the taggers bought it already.
Oh, he has a RadioShack that hasn't closed down. We need RadioShack back.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
I never thought I'd miss RadioShack as much as I do since they closed.
Well, RadioShack's another one that's helped out a lot with science fair projects.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's All Electronics, which is in Van Nuys, but that's like a good 45-minute drive each way from my parents' house.
Yeah.
And RadioShack was like 15 minutes from my parents' house. I remember lots of science fair projects like the Salt and Pepper Robot and the underwater ROV thing and whatnot. I think I gotta do those science fair episodes at some point. But those were helped a lot by RadioShack because you needed a couple of little push buttons. Yeah, it might have been $3 to get that, but by the time you drove to Van Nuys and back, even when gas was like $1, $1.50, you're going to spend more in gas to go there to buy the thing for 75 cents a piece than just to drive to RadioShack and buy it there.
Yeah.
You know, but
Back in the day, very first computer that my family ever bought was a TRS-80 Color Computer 2, which was by RadioShack. And second computer we ever bought was a Tandy 1000 SX. This is back when a 20 megabyte hard drive cost like $500. Megabyte.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm using like,
oh my god.
And I'm the guy who thought he'd never fill up a 2 terabyte hard drive and now has to have a second one for all his footage.
I filled up my 4 terabyte backup already.
Gosh.
I had to go through last night and delete half of it.
I mean, my question is, Aaron, what kind of stuff do they have at that RadioShack? Because I know for a long time that RadioShack was like the electronics go-to joint. Then RadioShack became the, hi, I want a cell phone joint. And then things started going downhill. And then all of a sudden they tried to become the electronics joint again, but I think it was too little too late.
Mr. Carroll Science, hammer and chisel days, Jimmy? Pretty much. So the Tandy, the TRS-80 Color Computer 2, its means of saving information was via a cassette tape recorder. So you took a cassette tape and stuck it in there, you hit the record and the play button, and then you'd hit save, and then with the cords that were plugged into it, it would turn on the tape recorder and record all the tones that the computer would make. If you've ever had America Online back in the day when they had modems, you know exactly the sound I'm talking about, except it wasn't as fast as that. The other thing is whenever you wanted to do a program, they had, I think it was PC Magazine back at that time, would have basic programs that Like one of them was turkey in the straw. It had a little picture of a turkey, and it had the turkey in the straw music tones, and you actually had to do 10, go to whatever, 20, go to this, and it have the quotes for the wording, and then you'd have to take and input all the hexadecimal stuff. And that's anything you wanted to do on that, you had to type it all out, type the program out, and then say run, and then it would do whatever it's supposed to do.
So Handy Dornard saying that they have electronic stuff, but it's not as much as they did back in the day. But you can get things that's hard to find or not even available in any other store. Then again, it's not like you're. I don't want to sound. I don't know how I say this, but then again, it's not like out here where you got like all the tech stuff where it's a lot easier to come by, that sort of thing. Because all electronics just sells predominantly surplus.
Yeah. Which
is cool. I actually did a video on it. My dad literally runs into the store ahead of me. He goes, "It's cool. My son films in here for his YouTube channel." The guy's like, "Yeah, it's fine, it's fine." It's like, "Record, Calvin." I'm like, "You got it, Dad." That was fun. That was really fun.
Theresa's in the house. How you doing, Theresa? Paul's asking how my work is going. Work is going pretty good. I forgot to change my shirt before I got it out here, didn't I?
Oh, who cares?
Get my little,
So Mr. Carroll's Science says, I need some suggestions. I'm doing a special science, technology, engineering, and math activity tomorrow, and I want to 3D print something for the winner of a competition. It has to be video game related. Any ideas? Maybe some Minecraft themed stuff?
That's an idea.
Because Minecraft is something that like almost everybody knows, but it's still so generic. I mean, if you go on Thingiverse and type in Minecraft, you can find like 50,000 different things like creeper models or the tools, or that would be a quick and easy print to do, I would think.
What grade? I know that you can't 3D print a gun and take it to school. They'd be all upset.
Yeah. Well, I never might be pushing it.
You could do a Minecraft sword. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be really cool.
Somebody would probably get poked in the eye, though.
Yeah. Sand the end down.
Depending on the grade. 8th grade. You'd be fine with a Minecraft sword.
Yeah, I could probably get away. Although I did just find on Thingiverse, somebody made an arcade video game machine model. I'm going to link that in the chat.
They aren't going to know what an arcade video game machine is.
Jimmy's like, that's like old technology, Calvin.
Yeah, like Mr. Cosine said, Minecraft might be a little young. I agree.
Yeah, I'm just cruising through to see what's out there because there might actually be something that's a better thought. Because I don't play video games except for like Train Simulator and
How
Minecraft.
about that Pokemon cube looking platter?
That one's pretty cool.
That's actually not bad.
Hey, what's up, Travis?
Travis! Oh my God, I haven't seen him in here forever. How you doing, my friend?
We were actually talking about you earlier.
Yes, we were. When is Rockland Maker Fair? Because I need to drag him up there so he can check out your sign shop. I was telling him today how cool that was.
Every time he tells me about it, I keep getting that much more jealous.
Oh, the laser should have made you completely jealous.
The laser's awesome. Already made me jealous, all right? I was going to ask you, Travis, I'll send you a DM about it. Would you be able to potentially do some laser cutting for me on the side? I supply the material, nothing like super time critical though. Maybe do a video collab. Just throwing that out there.
Just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there. Because I am trying to find somebody who I know who's semi-local that can do some laser cutting for me. But we'll see. I mean, if they can't, it's not that big of a deal. But it would be kind of cool. Because I want to support somebody local and probably, if I can, film the process as well. Because that'd be pretty cool. But
I think you just hit the hang up button.
He's probably like, nope, block.
No, there he is.
Unfriend.
There he is.
No, I was going to say Repbox is seriously cool.
Oh, that thing is awesome.
if I wasn't moving into somebody's house that I was renting, and I don't think they'd appreciate me poking holes in their wall to hang the thing, and I'm not at grandma's anymore, so I can't like hang it from the picture frame molding, I would totally get my hands on a ret box. But
yeah,
I don't see myself getting my hands on one for a while. I mean, much as I love the thing, I'm trying to actually like declutter my life. And thank you again to Jimmy here for being nice enough to store some of it temporarily. It's like a lifesaver. I want to know how much a storage unit is, even like a 5x5 in San Francisco. No thanks.
Oh yeah, arm and a leg.
Yeah, I should have cashed in all those get a 3 months worth of rent every time you rent a U-Haul.
Oh, well. Hey, want to bring that lizard over here?
That thing's sick.
So what do you think of that?
That looks good. Let me get the purge block. People can get
purge block's going to surprise you. That doesn't weigh very much at all, does it?
I mean,
how much is it compared to that?
It definitely weighs a little bit more because this is solid and this has infill. But all things considered, that is not a lot of waste to make that.
I don't think that's solid. It doesn't feel solid.
I don't know. I'm going to try and hold it up there. The lighting in here is not the greatest.
Yeah, the lighting's just too bright on it.
Okay, here we go. Angle it like that. So you guys can get an idea. This is the purge block, and this is the model. Here, I'll hold it up against my laptop so you guys can see it better. But it's working. Working. So you.
Now Calvin's handling my lizard. Go ahead, hold it up a little bit higher, Calvin.
No, that is seriously cool, though.
And the outdoor nerd says, cut it open. Yeah, cut it open. Where's that block at?
Somewhere right there. Do we have something we can safely cut it open with?
You had to add that word to it. Safely.
Sorry, I just like don't want to see blood gushing everywhere, and then we got to run you to the hospital.
Let's cut right in the center.
No, Mr. Carroll Sciences does not have a bandsaw, but that would be fun.
Actually, it is fairly solid.
It is solid. It would have to be, so it's got enough time to purge.
Yeah.
It is solid. But that's cool, though. I mean, it's interesting because you can't really see it, but there's literally, you can see the blending between the gray and then the orange coming in at the end. That is cool. But this thing is seriously, it's crisp, the color transitions.
Yeah, that's solid.
I
should have broke out a drill for it. That's my thing is drills, man. Ask anybody in the chat that's watching my live streams. They know it's all about the drill.
Jimmy's like, oh, I'm going to open this all up. Okay, we're good now.
You can open anything with a drill.
Oh, yeah. Just depends upon how big it is. So here's the fun thing while we're at it, showing stuff off. This right here is we accidentally printed PETG like PLA and wondered why it wasn't working boat. And this is the, oh my gosh, we printed PETG like PLA boat, and we put PLA in the machine, and this thing is nice. So hopefully this weekend I'll have a video on my opinions on the TiVo Flash, but I'm impressed. And then this one's the not so great one, but this one still turned out okay, but this one is really, really nice, all things considered. I think we scaled it up like 150%.
Did we?
I think we did, because I wanted to make it.
Because you actually did it
200, and I'm like, oh, 16
no, you did
hours.
way more than that. I think you did 15,000 or something like that, didn't you? It was like,
oops. I meant to do 150, but no.
No, I'm really surprised how the top of that, or the bottom of that top floor
turned out so well.
Yeah, I honestly expect it to be drooping.
Zero support. There are a few areas where it's a little bit rough, but I mean, for literally being done, well, that's Jimmy's fault, the broken banister. I don't hold that against him. That's not the printer screwing up.
That was me being a little bit too hasty, and I hit it with the canned air, and then I was squeezing like that, and when I did, it went flying off and onto the floor.
Oh well.
I actually have that on video though.
Hey, that's all that matters. Do the old slow-mo. No, but all things considered, though, for being done with no supports whatsoever, and literally, we just slapped together a profile on Kira like that and said, "Oh yeah, let's get her done." It's really impressive. I'm impressed.
I like how Ewan says, "No drill." Oh man.
So Paul's asking, Jimmy, is a G-Check 3D printer good to order? Depends.
Which one? If you're talking about the A10 or the A10M, yes. The A30, I'm still torn on that one, and I'm going to go into a video here pretty soon. In the next few days, I'm going to do a quick review on it. But the one issue I've got with it, and I'm hoping it's a software issue that they might have already done a firmware update on it to fix it. But the fact that you are printing a really large print because it's a large format printer, yet it likes to just randomly pause. And when it pauses, the print bed cools down. And when the print bed cools down, the print pops off. When the print pops off, you can't continue the print. The pause feature makes no sense at all at that point. So I don't know. I did read something just the other day concerning it where they said to disconnect the wiring from the filament sensor. That there's something about having it plugged into the filament sensor can cause that, even though it's turned off in the software. So I might give that a shot before I open my big mouth on it.
I would, and also one other thing I would say trying is maybe just try a different memory card.
Yeah, that's true because I haven't tried a different memory card.
I would be scientific. I would first try it with a new memory card, and then I would also try it with the filament. If a new memory card does not fix it, then try it with the filament sensor and see it. Because I know with the MOI, the one thing that I don't like about it is for some reason it's some software bug that you can work around, but every time you put a new file on the machine, you have to go in there and format the card completely. Because because what will sometimes happen is there will be bits of the old file in there, and it'll start to print your print, but then it'll like dig up some old file bit. It's a weird thing that I've never had happen with other machines, but that's my only complaint with it is it's really picky about the SD card. But other than that, the thing just works. So it's a minor inconvenience, but it's not the end of the world.
BV3D, thank you for joining.
Have a good one, dude.
Paul, if you're talking about the one I put together, it's the dual extrusion one. So far, I'm very happy with it. That's what this one. But the next thing I got to do is I got to come up with a profile in Cura. I started working on it last night, but I need to come up with a decent profile in Cura. I've also got to figure out how in the world to slice a 2-color model. Do you actually have to download a model or create a model that's made for 2 different colors?
Yeah, I can explain that because I've done it before on machines. So with that, if you're just doing a single color model, you can just tell it which extruder you want to use. Say you keep 2 colors loaded in there, and I want to do a red one today, I want to do a white one tomorrow. You can do that, but if you're doing one that has support, you tell it right-hand extruder support, left-hand extruders material, vice versa. If you're doing a dual color print, you will download the 2 pieces. Then you will tell it to merge them together, and then it will make it into one model that it has the 2 components in. So
the Pyro's taking off too. Thank you, Travis, for joining us. And do you know when Rockland Mini Fair is? Or I'm thinking it's in October. I'm trying to remember when it was last year. I believe it was October because I need to make sure to drag him up there.
I really want to go. Let me see. It's Saturday, October 6th.
There we go.
I will load that in my phone.
You better.
So Mr. Carroll Science is asking, anybody excited for C-Dub's Rep Rap Festival non-maker fair? Thinking about fixing my messed up printer on live stream. We totally got to figure out how we're going to hold the C-Dub mini Rep Rap Festival thing.
I don't know how in the world you're going to do that, man.
I know you. I know Rick. I know Travis.
Where are we going to do that?
I'll find somewhere.
You're going to find somewhere?
Yeah.
Can I get security guard? And...
It'll probably just be like a small... Yeah, the bummer is I don't have grandma's house anymore, so I can't like be all like, "Wow, yeah, come over to grandma's house." But I'll figure something out.
At my brother's wedding, they rented this place down in King City, had everything all set up and all that. In order for anybody to crack open a beer, they had to pay $1,400 for a security guard.
Oh my gosh.
And first, from what I understood, that it was going to be a dry wedding and all that. And then a couple of their friends come up and said, "We want a drink. We want a drink." And so because they were bringing their own beer, they paid the $1,400.
Wow.
It's like, man.
This would be a dry event. I'm not looking over what piddly savings I have left after renting a room for school.
Yeah, but you gotta have a taco truck. No matter what, you gotta have a taco truck.
Who said I have to have a taco truck?
This is California. It's required you have a taco truck.
Hi, Nana.
You know this, right?
Can we just get Nana to cater it?
Sure. That's close enough.
Yeah, that's good. That's close enough. Just Nana, bring some Godfathers. They're the closest thing to tacos. All right, done.
Oh man.
Let's
see.
No, I think that would be fun. I need to figure that out. But right now, my life is just a little too crazy right now. So. Matter Hacker still hasn't gotten back to me though about my great idea to hold it there, so I'm gonna kind of write that off the list.
I don't understand that. Matter Hackers is like the #1 place it should be.
Well, if they don't want to, even because I tweeted out a couple of times about it, multiple people have, and they've said nothing. Nobody I've tagged in has said diddly squaddle about it. So it's kind of like, well, if they don't want to hold the first one, we'll find somewhere else.
They have to.
No, it says they have to.
Yes, they do.
I'll hold it at Grandma's new house down in Southern California. Oh, she'll love that.
They have to. Here's the reason why. If CME CNC puts on the one in, Goshen, Indiana?
Yeah.
Then it only makes sense that they hold it down there. They sell printers. They sell
but
filament.
Just because they sell printers there doesn't mean that you can't hold an independent event and then sell the rights to them for a whole bunch of money, trade it for a whole bunch of printers and filament, and be all like, yeah, just saying.
Well, just because they don't name it the C-Dub Maker Fair.
The C-Dub Rep Rap Fest, And then C-Dub himself walks out and goes, what's up, 3 people?
That's so wrong.
Mr. Feral Science has got to hold it here in Arizona. I can find a place in my little town. I know somebody out in Arizona who I've done some 3D modeling for who wants me to come out and visit. That'd be fun.
Just have to have it in the wintertime, otherwise all the film's going to melt.
Good point. Unless we hold it indoors.
Poor lizard just be a puddle on the table.
Everybody's filament is something like an MC Escher painting or a Salvador Dali where it's all just like drooping. Paul's asking, what's a good website to order a 3D printer from?
You can go through the... I personally, if it was me, I would either go through the printer manufacturer or I would go through Amazon.
Ditto.
That's just me. Other people, they have really good luck with going through, what's that? GearBest?
GearBest or 3D Printers Bay is another one. My old job actually ordered a printer or two through them. They're decent.
And but for me, I personally trust Amazon because of their buyer protection. Even eBay to an extent, but you gotta really know what you're purchasing, and because those people on there just rip off artists like crazy. They'll sell you a box and then claim that it's a 3D printer, and then in small print they'll put box.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those real touchy things on eBay. But I trust Amazon and I trust the printer manufacturers. Was it TivoUSA.com?
I'm not super familiar with them.
Gtech.com. That's the ones I've. The only printer that I have actually purchased was through Gtech, and the very first one I purchased, which was the Aluminum i3, was one on an auction on eBay. The second one was purchased through Gtech.com.
Yeah, I'm with Jimmy on that one. eBay, I don't know. eBay used to be great, but now it just seems kind of like eBay is starting to do.
It's kind of coming into the declining years,
Yeah. Here's the thing. eBay really started the whole online marketplace thing, but now it's effectively like Amazon where everything's just stinking by it now. And I'm like, okay, that kind of defeats the whole point of eBay, which was you go in there and you bid on stuff.
Right. And now eBay has turned into a marketplace, which it's not the best when it comes to that.
They need their own separate marketplace, and I'm not saying that there aren't some good sellers on there, like Plaza Japan, where I've gotten a lot of N-scale trained motorized chassis from Japan, or Drillman 1, who I've bought a lot of in mills and drills from off of. Not to say that there aren't really good sellers like that out there, that run really good storefronts. But yeah, now it just seems to be like everybody and their uncle has a storefront, and I wonder how many of the storefronts are working out of the same warehouse. It's just they have multiple storefronts, so they can try and get more traffic in there. Or it's like you ordered something and it says it's coming from the USA, and then when you get the thing a week and a half later, it clearly has a Chinese shipping label with customs on it, and you're like, yeah, I really didn't come from the USA after all. Great.
Yeah, so the first printer I bought on Amazon, then I bought a Prusa. Oh man.
So congratulations, Teresa. You unscrewed the screw.
I got the screw out. I didn't know she was having a problem with the screw.
Yeah, I didn't have the audio on when we were in Denny's, but I was watching the stream in the chat a little bit, and it looked like she was having troubles with a set screw probably on her Flexion extruder. She should have just sent it to Angus, and he could have probably installed this thing in 5 seconds.
Angus.
Beth thinks he's cute. My mom thinks he's cute.
Oh God.
Danielle wanted to meet him at Maker Faire, but he wasn't there, which really sucked.
Because she thinks he's cute.
Grandma thought he was cute.
Angus is like Angus from AC/DC. He's all popular because he appeals to the women.
Oh God. Oh,
Teresa said no, he's not that close. But he's so cute. So that's all I heard. Hey, what was his name again? I said Angus. He's so cute. Kate Beth, stop it.
I still loved it at Maker Faire when we were actively hunting Angus, and everybody's trying to find you, Calvin. And I'm like, where the heck is Angus? He's not here. And then we're like walking between the two buildings, and he's like jumps up out of nowhere. We're like, where'd you come from? Oh my gosh, that was.
Teresa says, "Well, yeah, that's why I watch him."
My dad recognizes his voice to the point where I can play one of his videos, and the other day, is that Angus? Yep, awesome. That's how you know your dad has listened to way too many of your YouTube videos when he can like tell who's who. Like, he instantly knows you. He knows Joel, and he knows my voice. He knows Angus's. It's great.
Actually, Beth's getting pretty good at that too. She'll walk in. Are you watching Joel? I said, yeah. Or she'll walk in. Are you watching Jerry? Yeah. She'll still say when she hears Jay's 2 cents, she'll say, "Who's that?" So you remember that shirt I've got that says Jay's 2 cents? Oh yeah.
Actually, last time I was down visiting my family, I actually walked in my dad watching a Jay's 2 cents video. I'm like, oh, that guy's pretty cool. He goes, yeah, he's knowing stuff. I'm like,
he does.
The reason why I like Jay, I mean, I sometimes like watching Linus just because he can be kind of funny, but at the same time, his attitude can get a little bit irritating as well. Yeah.
When he goes on his tangents, they sound an awful lot alike.
I don't exist anymore.
People are going to talk, dude. Come on, get up.
Yeah, Elon. I think Teresa does like Angus a little too much. Sorry, he's taken. I think.
Oh yeah, he is.
Not. Hey, plot twist. Not unless Teresa's actually his girlfriend.
Ooh.
And then she fakes to be the other person.
Could that? No.
Conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory. Ooh.
I'm making all that up, guys. I really don't know, and I don't care. I'm just.
Are you gonna start talking about the frogs now, or what?
Where's the tinfoil at, Jimmy? Here we go. This traffic cone on my head will now protect me from all the hate that's gonna come through this computer here right now, and it's gonna protect me. And
oh no, it's not. She says I am not Lady Muse.
I know. I'm just messing around.
Oh God.
Yeah, I saw regarding Jerry's story. I saw his video I think like a year or two ago, and I don't want to talk about my personal life here in the past here on the show because I don't feel like that's the most appropriate place to do it. But let's just say I can relate to him in my own way. And it's the thing that I always find really sad is when people are brave enough to tell a story about how crappy their life used to be and then how they ended up hopefully getting better. And then people come out of the woodwork and just bash the crap out of them for it. That to me is like, what problems are you going through that you feel like you have the right to bash somebody for trying to help you out by being there and saying, look, it was bad and then it got better, you know?
Nope, it's not me that does.
You know what I would find really funny is if I went down and I was troubleshooting Grandma's computer and I figured out she was like subscribed to Angus. Watch her search history. It's just like all of Angus's videos, and I'm like, Grandma, but he's so cute. He needs to be going. So cute. Grandma's watching this. Sorry. Nah, I think
she's like, what's a computer?
Okay, believe it or not, Grandma actually has a computer and she knows.
She does?
Yeah, we bought her one years ago.
Really?
Yeah, she actually knows how she was part of some retirement club thing, Center for Learning in Retirement up in San Francisco, and they had a web page. So she was able to go to there, find out about events and stuff. Back when she went to them, she like when my mom and sister were in Europe. My mom and sister, when they have Wi-Fi, they email Grandma photos and like little trip updates and stuff. And I'd kind of like call up the photos and she'd look through them and be like, oh, that's really cool. For like 2 minutes and then go and get a cookie and coffee or something. That's what Grandma did. But no, Grandma has a computer and she's not like a tech nerd at it. And sadly, because her memory's starting to go, she's kind of like, what? How do I do this? Like she's literally trying, it was so sad. She's like trying to use a mouse backwards and not realize it. Be like, I'm pushing and it's not working. But you know, to her credit, I mean, the fact that she actually got a computer and she was using it, and she still is to some extent, is like, kudos to you, Grandma, for being, considering that Grandma was pretty much a tech, like, not like a tech hater, but didn't exactly trust it. The fact that she had a computer, had internet, had email was like, what?
Man.
But she'd also go to like Grace Cathedral's website because she liked listening to their organ music. So she could like, I kind of like set up her computer so when it would turn on, it would like jump straight to like the 3 web pages that she'd always go to. So she could just click on them. So she could listen to like Rick Steve's podcasts or listen to Grace Cathedral music or something like that. She really appreciated that. So that was really cool.
She figured out how to go back into the Windows settings and like download all the audio and video and stuff and
like, I took care of that.
Keep it.
Nah.
Find out that she's a hacker. And
Grandma was a little more of a tech nerd. She probably would be, but you know.
Theresa's getting ready to take off. Thank you, Theresa, for joining. Always glad to have you in here.
Have a good one and have fun with Kidlet.
Kidlet. Sounds like chiclet.
It does. Have a good one, Paul.
Take care, Paul.
Dude.
Well, he says, I hope Danny Norrie can come back.
I miss him a lot.
I know we need to start having late night streams again sometime.
We do. I need to find out the rules over at wherever I'm staying because I don't want to be rude and keep everybody awake. But we need to do late night streams again. And if I have to drive to campus to do it, I'll drive to campus and do it.
Don't they have like an all night coffee shop up there or something?
They have like a 24-hour commons area inside the library with like a Pete's Coffee, but that closes at some point.
Doesn't your buses, don't they all have Wi-Fi? No?
And it's not that great. School Wi-Fi is pretty decent, actually. Anything beats that crap I have at home. That stuff is awful.
Yeah, for the next week or two.
Next Thursday is my. I'm not staying the night. I mean,
call him D. Norris.
Yeah, the 28th is like my last day in the house, but I can't stay the night. I'm pretty much just running around with the broom, sweeping up the last of the stuff that didn't get swept, and then that's it.
Dude, you need to put that video up.
I will. I was waiting until I got the time lapse done though, because I was going to put that in at the end.
So, what was it, a week or so back?
Yeah.
We met up with Curtis for dinner, and then afterward I took Calvin back home, and so he asked me if I'd stick around and go ahead and film a home tour with him. So I went ahead and filmed it with him. I'm hoping he does an uncut.
I will have the uncut one that's probably going to be unlisted because that one is darn funny in spots. What the heck was in here? Stuff and things.
So this is where you keep the bodies? Did Angus know this when he was here?
And we didn't even go into the sub basement at that, but no show episodes ever took place there, so it's not really of any significance. So whatever. No, I mean, I'll be honest. It's in one sense, it's a little bit sad moving out of there just because of all the stuff. That's pretty much where where I held like most of the show, and had a bunch of awesome people over like you and Danielle and Angus.
Not awesome. Stop it. Oh God! You just hit me on my flu shot, dude. That hurt.
Sorry.
Oh. I went and got my flu shot yesterday.
I did not realize that was right there. Sorry.
That was exactly where he hit me, too.
I didn't even know. That was not intentional.
Right on the spot.
Ow.
It's a weird thing about a flu shot. You know, it doesn't hurt so bad at first, and then after like a day, it's like, oh man,
it's like
what did I do? Oh, that's right, I had a shot.
It's like a tetanus shot. It creeps up on you.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know. Prepare to be blinded. That's not swollen or nothing, but man.
Sorry about that.
I probably just blinded the camera, probably threw the white balance off.
Ah!
Everybody's like, my eyes.
Yes, I've been planning that for some time. I totally stalked him getting his flu shot yesterday. No, but the one thing I will say is it's gotten closer to moving out of grandma's. I mean, when I say it's the main thing it's been is stressful, mostly because I was trying to find somewhere else to room because getting into the dorms just did not work out this semester. I mean, I'm glad I found somewhere to go to, but I'm going to find out when I can roll over my application for the dorms to the next semester. So that way I'm pretty much guaranteed to get in at that point, because when they roll you over, you are like front of the list because you didn't get in the previous semester. And much as I've heard mixed stories about the dorms, part of me goes, it would just be nice to be somewhere on campus that I can very quickly get to classes and go back to my room, which would be nice. And part of me is actually debated, do I want to keep a car up there or not? But I probably will, just because it'd be kind of expensive to rent a car every time I need to go somewhere. So
how much is that zip car up there?
I don't know. I've thought about it, but at the same time, it's like,
do you want to park at a shopping center, go in to do something, come out, and then find out that somebody took your car?
Well, you can book it for a set time slot so somebody can't theoretically take it. But the one thing I have looked into is that electric scooter service that they have up there. That I've actually thought about.
Did they actually bring that back, or?
No, it's been a long time. This is like electric mopeds.
No, I know, but I thought they did away with all the electric scooters.
Those were
until this month.
No, these are different. These are not like the kids ride on scooters. These are like actual like Vespa sized.
Oh, okay.
Electric ones. This has been around for years. I was like, it's really cool, whatever. But then now that I've thought about it, it's like, well, having something like that would be nice, because if you got a plan where it was pretty cheap, it's about a mile and a half from where school is to where my UPS box is. I'm like, well, if I don't have to drive my car over there, I can just rent one of those, because there's plans that actually make it really cheap. Like, you pay a little bit more a month, but you only pay. It's like if you go over 30 minutes of riding, it's only like 50 cents or $1.
How much does it cost a month?
Like $15.
Oh, that's cheap.
And for all I know, they have a student option. You never know, because I know that they have parking sites on campus for that. So I thought, well, gee, that would work. I can always zip on over to the Trader Joe's or just walk there if I really felt like it.
You could always ride a Ford bike.
Yeah, no, I tried one of those once. There's no docks near school anyway, so. And that would probably shred my knee.
Oh yeah.
If I had to quit pool class because it was shredding my knee, riding a bike I think would really shred my
Why
knee.
would Ford even put their name behind that?
Because, want to know something funny? Ford actually has advertisements on BART rail cars saying this is the better way to commute. I think it is the best thing ever.
Oh my god! Find the link and post that in there.
I will. It's like highly controversial.
What is this? Like a bicycle that's assisted? It's like an assisted bike?
There's some that are assisted, and there's the plus ones are assisted. The regular ones are not.
That's the plus bike.
Yeah.
Where's the Ford one?
They're both Ford go bikes.
Are they?
Yeah. The plus one's the e-boost one, and The non-e-boost one is the poor sucker one.
So it's just a very awkward bicycle.
Yeah. I
That's
tried one once.
horrible.
They weigh an absolute metric crap ton.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
It looks like
And
it's all metal.
And the thing weighs like 30, 40 pounds, and it has zero suspension. So when you're going over bumps, I think that thing might even have foam-filled tires so you don't get a flat. You're going over every bump in that road, and it just shocked your body. You're thinking to yourself, if I go down on this thing, I'm probably going to break a bone.
Did you see that? He gets Amazon Prime for free as a student.
I'm not looking at that. The heck?
I'm a student. I'm a student of life. What's this? Amazon has gotten a lot like Fusion 360. We charge you a fortune except for...
Yeah. I'm trying to find...
So which is the one you're talking about trying?
Oh,
yeah, there it is. Ford Go Further.
Yeah. Kid you not.
Yeah, I saw a guy riding one the other day, and it was the seat sat so far back from the pedals, it did not look comfortable whatsoever.
They're not very well designed at all. No, this is the e-scooter thing that I'm talking about. So I can't really see it. That's what they are. So they've got like a little storage compartment with a helmet. And then the way it works is you take a little riding course where they teach you how to drive the thing safely and everything like that, which is required by law, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
But under California law, if you're renting a moped for less than 24 hours, you do not need a motorcycle license.
What?
Yeah. So as long as you have a valid driver's license, you can do this. I kid you not.
Geez, I wished I had one of those.
They're cool.
I'd take that to work.
Yeah. And I've thought about it because it's like, well, that would be cool.
How fast do they go?
35 miles an hour tops. You have to stay on streets 35 miles an hour and below, which obviously means no freeway. Yeah. But if you're just scooting down the street and back, you know, it's something I've actually considered if I did not bring my car up there with me, but we'll see. But it is.
Dude, I'm looking at your arm. You need to eat more, dude.
I know. I'll be honest, this whole moving thing has just made my appetite go to like, it's bad. I need to eat more Godfathers.
Dude, you look like I should be looking for track marks.
I know. And that's why generally I wear
a jacket.
Yes. It's so hot in here.
I know it's really hot in here tonight.
Oh my gosh, you can get booze shipped to you within 20 minutes. I'm good. Although the interesting thing is actually I can't drink alcohol because of my pain medication, but it's interesting. I know some school campuses are like no beer period, or you can only drink beer if you buy it on campus, but you can actually buy beer on SF State's campus, which is weird.
Teresa says, eat a sandwich, Calvin.
I had a Grand Slam. Yeah.
I almost ate all your pancake.
I was getting full at the end. And then I had Chick-fil-A 8-piece nuggets that I got for free, and ice cream cone and waffle fries.
You probably ate more today than you've eaten in like a week.
Probably. I'm not kidding.
Well, except for whenever we went on the night before your birthday, we ate that over there.
At Denny's?
No. It was
Chevy's.
Chevy's.
That was good. I ended up having the leftovers of that the other night.
The other night? You didn't eat it the next night?
Still good. They were in the fridge, all right?
God.
Mr. Carroll Science said he had Amazon Prime student and it was half price for a year, but that was like 7 years ago. Yeah. Amazon has changed their policy about things. Some things for me, it's like, it's not really worth it trying to go through all the effort to get it for a little bit less. And some things it's like, yeah, I want to do that. But I still go to the store and I buy things in person, but you know, I will check that out. I did actually get to play with my neighbor's electric little scooter thing that he had over at his house, and those are pretty cool. The only thing is, the only problem I have with them is how do you lock the thing up? There's like not like a built-in like location that you can like run a bicycle chain through. So I said to myself, if I got one, I would probably make a permanent mount with like a bit that requires like a security key, like a security bit. So if somebody wanted to steal the thing, it would be really hard to do. Yeah. Machine an aluminum bracket for the thing, put it on there with like a locking thing, and then chain it up to something. But I really don't feel like spending like $1,500 for one when I have a manual one. But I'm debating getting some pneumatic tires for it actually, because it's fun to ride. But the problem is when it has the solid tires and you go over any bumps, it just sends so much shock through my knees and my wrists that I could literally like not use either for like 3 days. Like a year and a half ago was bad.
Doing drill.
That brings up memories of something I am not discussing on stream that I saw in a show. No, thank you.
Where's the drill at? Where's the drill at? I don't see it.
I don't know where you put it.
Oh, there it is. Right here. There we go. Chunk slide. Well, I got a screwdriver bit in it right now.
Do you have hex bits for that thing?
Actually, I've got a bit set. Yeah, I got a bit set in here somewhere.
Hey, what's up, SQ3D? Because that will come in handy. I was going to break down those IKEA things that I brought along with me in the car, but I couldn't find my bit set for my electric driver, so I'm like, I'll throw it in one piece in the car and I'll break it down before I put it in the motorhome.
It should be in a red case, says Craftsman on it. I thought it was over here.
Naturally, it has to say Craftsman on it.
I thought it was.
No, those are hymnals.
That's here somewhere. I'll find it for you.
I'm not that worried. Found your drill set.
Yeah, you got drills down, the drill bits down there.
I see the parts of Jeff's old trophy. Oh my gosh, dude, that thing is ancient. That was a fun project, though.
Yeah, it was.
I was gonna say, if we had the chance, we should totally look into going out for CES.
I was thinking about that too.
Honestly, I was thinking if it came down to it, I was actually thinking about like flying out, like catching like one of the first flights into Vegas early in the morning, going to CES for the day and flying back if I had to on Southwest, because their flights are so cheap if hotel rooms were just ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
Just to say that I went to CES.
It's going to be awful hard to find a hotel room during CES.
Well, I mean, the other thing that I've thought about is...
Unless we're staying like Henderson, maybe.
Well, I mean, if we stay a little way...
Henderson? Is that the ones outside of Vegas?
I don't know.
I believe it is.
I mean, because here's my thought process. It's like if you stay outside, the city center is going to be the worst. If you stay outside the city center, it's going to be cheaper. You might have to spend a little bit in gas to get there, but if you can get a room for way cheaper and it's like a decent hotel, not that sketchball place that we went to, that was fun. We did not get shanked in the night. We did not get robbed in the night. That's all that mattered. But that place was interesting.
Although when we went to bed, I wouldn't have placed bets on that.
I was about ready to put a chair in front of the door just to be on the safe side.
I still should have took the shaver with me.
Okay, I will be honest.
That thing at?
Okay, we'll be honest. I do need a haircut.
Now that you mention that. You shouldn't have said that, Calvin. You shouldn't have said that.
Are you not busting out the Great Clips app?
Come on, do it. Do it.
I'm shaving it all off.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
I cut a piece of hair on stream, guys. I did it. All right, I did it.
More.
No, I do need.
Jim says, "You mean you didn't hoard the crappy tools IKEA gave you?"
No, not when I have a little Dremel.
Buzz it, buzz it, buzz it.
We don't need to make the set any messier. We're good.
I got a back grinder somewhere. We can take care of that.
You have a shop vac?
Yeah.
I need a shop vac on my car.
Come on, I'll find some of the comb things. I know I got some around here. We'll go a 5, you know.
Is 5 this thick?
It's like that, maybe.
No, I need more like the Jimmy length.
I think they said mine is pretty close to a 5.
Yeah, but your hair is not like mine.
Of course, they just do it with the scissors anymore.
Whatever. What?
Went to Wales, booked a room for 3 nights, 40 quid. Is that quid?
Yeah, 40 quid a night. Where I was living a freaking castle.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
the heck? That is awesome.
Of course,
Seriously.
40 quid a night. How much is that in American? Like 80?
Let me see. It's about a little under. It's 52.50.
So an 8 is 1 inch. Every number represents an eighth of an inch.
How many inches is it right now? Where's the tape measure at?
Gotta turn around so I can see the numbers.
I can figure it out. It's about 9.
You hippie.
Dude, if my hair was an inch, it would be like way too short.
Oh, it's 1.31 United States dollars.
Yeah.
That means we kind of got room for like $30 a night. $35 a night.
What's this? Chris is live right now, unboxing the A10M. How dare you infringe upon our stream, Chris? The nerve of the guy. Like really?
Turn the sound up. I gotta see this.
Oh, hey. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, the kitchen's coming along nicely.
Oh, he's back home, huh?
I'm stealing the island space to try to do this.
Totally crashing it.
Travis, evening. It's good of you. Everyone finally popping in. So we have power cord, plus a little mouse pad, which actually comes.
Did you get a mouse pad?
Yeah, I think I was going to give you that if you want it.
Sure, I'll take a mouse pad.
Grab it. Okay, we don't want to just take and watch this stream.
I'll keep it running with the audio off.
I'll just put it up on the screen over here. What is Calvin eating? What are you eating?
The rest of my Frosty.
You let that melt? You hater.
I know.
So we stopped off past Wendy's on the way home, picked up Frosties. They had them for 50 cents for the smalls. And he got a vanilla, and me and Beth got chocolate.
Jeff is like, what's up, Calvin? I'm like, not much, streaming with the great Jimmy. Totally great. I'm not gonna put a link in there, that'd be rude. I just had to do that.
Yeah, it would.
Chris's viewership goes, oh.
It says look suspicious.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey, Ron says, what did I miss? My phone died. Nothing much. Just Calvin over here drinking. Chug, chug, chug. Oh yeah, and getting his hair cut.
Don't tell my doctor.
Well, you can't have Frosties.
No, I can. You'd probably be happy I'm having a Frosty.
Well, since he's streaming, we might as well cut this one off so everybody can go over there and check out Chris's video. Do you have a link to his video? Pop it in the chat.
Yeah, I will.
What we ask is that whenever we shut this down, if you guys want to head on over there and watch Chris do his video, he's unboxing the same printer I did
the other day.
Was it 2 days ago?
Yeah. Because I ended up catching part of your live stream because I got out of visual design literacy early. It was like 8 o'clock, and the instructor's like, okay, we're done. We want to go home. Everybody's like half putting their stuff in the backpack anyways. It was hilarious. So Aaron's asking, last I saw, Jimmy was saying buzz it, and Calvin asking for a shot back. Not saying I'm going to buzz it, but I definitely am considering cutting it short.
Buzz it.
I'm going to freak out whoever the new people are I'm going to be staying with.
I know. Right now you look like a stinking axe murderer, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Walk up there going, so.
No, I'm not doing that because I need a room and I'm not living out of my car. I'm not paying like.
Hey, how you guys doing?
I was gonna say this though. Tomorrow, while Jimmy's off at work, how many guys? I'm not sure exactly what time. How many of you guys would be interested in me doing like a little design stream in here of me working on some stuff?
Go for it.
I can do it to my laptop.
I'm gonna be at work.
Yeah, I know.
But you got the. I'll leave it
On
set up for you, and you got extra lights there if you want lights, or if you're gonna be doing.
I'm gonna be doing all the design work on the laptop.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna mostly be doing screen share.
Okay. Otherwise, if you want to use this camera here, just download the software from Logitech.
Okay.
Just plug it in your USB. That way you can live stream from it, and not worry about this little thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
the quality on that's pretty bad.
I'm curious about something now.
What?
I'm curious.
How bad the image quality is?
Yeah, now that you're hooked up to this internet.
Jump on Twitter.
Let's see. Puppy.
That boat model right there. Yeah.
I'm curious. This is just pure curiosity right here.
Carol Science is waiting for a Harry Calvin. We can use my hair for it, right?
Message.
I'm not at the top. Oh my gosh.
I know you haven't sent me any messages recently.
Because I've been text messaging you like a normal person.
I know. I'm not used to that. Okay, I just sent you the link. Just be sure to mute your microphone.
Yeah, I will. Joining now.
Oh, you got the speakers turned up.
There we go. How's my image quality? Yeah.
Oh, you gotta say something. You gotta say something. So let me mute,
click it on the mine.
let me mute my microphone.
Okay, so
Oh, what the?
you need to turn your audio off.
My goodness.
It's not my fault. Wow.
Actually, it's a lot better.
It's better, but it's not great.
Because, dude.
Nah, it's still not that great.
You're fuzzy looking.
I know, and there's nothing on there.
It's your hair, dude.
It's the hair.
It's your hair.
Which app is it again that you use to get a haircut?
Well, that's better.
A little better. Yeah, it's not great, but it's not horrible. But I ended up getting a decent webcam for like $15 so that I can focus on my
Ewan
computer.
says, "Stop sexting Jimmy, Calvin." There's a.
Okay, I'm gonna cut my camera and go back to yours.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, you can use that camera there if you want to use it.
Okay, I also brought my own that's already got the drivers loaded, so I'll figure out what works better, but I might just use yours.
God, what's that?
Hi, Rick!
Rick pops it right.
Sorry, Rick. You just missed some really bad stuff happening on set.
Lisa said this camera's worse. This camera or his camera?
My camera's not that. I mean, for a built-in laptop camera, it's not the greatest and it's not the worst.
Actually, it wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad, but I'm not surprised that on my crappy internet, it makes the image quality really bad.
Yeah, they look a lot better on here.
Yeah. Then again, you have decent internet. I have garbage.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 200 down, and it's like 12 up, I think.
Yeah, that beats 0.5 up and like 1.5 down. Teresa's saying the laptop camera. What?
I thought it was pretty good once you got it cleaned up.
Yeah, the thing I find weird about your Logitech,
His computer, though, is filthy.
I know.
I don't even want to know what those little dots all over your computer are that look like they... Dude, I don't want to know what that is, man. Yeah, sanitize that sucker, man. You better sanitize that thing, man. I'm looking the other way.
This week's stream, we talk about Austin. Calvin cleans the laptop. Not insinuating anything, guys.
Do your mouse pad, dude. That's just vile. Oh my God, dude.
I have no clue what that is.
I'm sure you do.
I'm not dumping IPA on it, all right? I'm just not. I think that's how you kill a laptop. Wait, let me turn off the mouse pad.
Who in the world is Saul Goodman?
Oh, that's the guy from Breaking Bad, the shady lawyer guy. He then ended up with his own show called Better Call Saul.
I never watched it.
I only watched a couple episodes of Breaking Bad, and it was interesting, but
I never could get into it.
let's just say that the science side was interesting, but Walt's personal life was just way too graphic for me. I'm like, no, I'm not watching that.
It was a girl. That's what Linus did to clean his motherboard.
That's a different story.
Light a match.
No, I need this thing for school, and I can't afford to get a new one.
You've been taking that to school with you?
No comment.
Good Lord, dude. You've got to clean this laptop.
Is that better?
It's better, but still, you've got some more spooge right there.
Goes on Urban Dictionary. Goes, oh no!
It's right up there with skeet, skeet, skeet. Someday the white people will figure out what that means.
Not even gonna ask.
You ever watch Dave Chappelle?
Yes, copy's pretty funny. I swear everybody at the Lowe's and SF must like have that as their training video, because I swear going there is like an episode is the pop copy episode, it feels like half the time. So bad. I'm not speaking bad of Lowe's as a chain. I'm just saying some of their employees over there are pretty crappy.
Dude. Oh
What?
my God.
Rick's asking what's going on here.
We're trying to clean his laptop because this is vile. Oh my God. Dude. Sanitize this sucker, man. Oh, there. Now I feel like I need to go take a shower, man.
Hey, let's take a shower before I came down here.
That looks much better.
Jimmy was cleaning the laptop.
I know. I wonder what have I done? What have I done?
You have touched the vileness that was my laptop.
I feel like I've got DNA on me that doesn't belong.
I'll put it this way. I don't want to know how much dust is inside this poor thing.
Dude. How? They get so much dust in it.
Grandma's house is.
Do you just have it open at the house all the time?
Because I don't like opening and closing it because I don't want to wear out the cable. Because for some reason, after it didn't update, this weird little line thing has been there on the side. I don't know why.
Browser history. Yeah, and formatting the hard drive too. I don't even want to know about your secret files you've got in there, dude.
Those are on an external hard drive. Don't worry.
Why would you keep them on an external hard drive? That's even easier for me to get.
Didn't say it was not passcode protected.
Well, bot says no notification. Howdy, Pete. How you
What's up,
doing?
dude?
In the hizzle, right?
Yeah, we got C-Dub and Jimmy G in the chapels, man. That's the proper term. Or the saddle. I was gonna ask.
Check his history for research purposes.
Oh gosh. I was gonna ask, does the A10M have its own slicer?
What do you mean?
Like, is there like software you can download from G-Tech, like their own slicing software for the thing?
Yeah, they have their what is it? It should be right here on this. EasyPrint 3D app.
Okay, because I was gonna check that out to see if it had any advice for how to set up a profile for the
You mean for Cura? No. You know how you said they need to, or need to find out if they have a GTEC or a file for
Yeah.
Kira.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the proverbial they, by the way.
I was gonna see if they had any good advice though.
Usually, when you see a Kira profile for GTEC, usually that's one that they've asked me if I could send them one. I send it. So.
Got it. I was just.
But I have no idea how to do a dual extruder one. I started right here. I'll show you what I've got.
Well, the thing that makes it tricky is that color swap. Setting up the purge block and stuff is really easy because Kira automatically does that.
Does it?
Yeah. That's weird. I can't.
You know, it's almost 9:30 already, right?
Yeah. Getting late.
Okay, so here's the one I played with last night. Extruder 1, Extruder 2.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't know how you're supposed to take them. Can you just take a normal model and tell it what colors to print where? Or do you actually have to have the model created?
You have to have the model created. Like this guy was created in pieces for dual color printing.
So in other words, if I bring in a Benchy,
you can tell it which nozzle you want it to print with.
What I could do
You can tell it to do supports with another extruder.
Actually, what I'd probably do is just tell it to extruder 1, and then just because I always want to do have the software on the printer itself do a, what's that called? You go from one to the other color.
Transition.
Yeah, I just want to do a transition print. Scale.
But I just want to.
Oh my lord! It's a huge Benchy.
Oh boy!
How much filament would that take?
I think we take a bit, even with like 10% info. It's weird when I go to GTEC's website to download. Oh, never mind. No, I can't download it because they have the app, but I don't want the app. I want like the actual slicer. Yeah, well, doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure Chris knows. Hit him up in the chat. He'll be like, leave me alone. Get back on your own stream.
Me, hey Chris, how long till a Kira profile? Yeah, no, I know that there's that, but the thing that makes it tricky on the A10M is it's not two nozzles, it's a mixing setup.
Right.
So I don't know if it's one of those Y splitters where you got the two pieces of filament that go into one piece that goes into the hot end, or if it's like a Chimera, I believe it is, the old method where there's the two that go into the heat block and then you push on whichever one you want.
It's that.
It's that. Okay.
It's that.
Interesting. Because I really want to hopefully try and figure out how to do the dual.
Well, as long as you do a purge block, I think you can do it.
It has to do with how it swaps the filaments.
I mean, if you're, as far as your, whatever the stuff you're talking about for the support material, I think as long as you do a purge block so it gets the one filament out completely in a stack.
Oh, true. Yeah, if you have to retract, it should work.
Yeah.
I'll give that a try. So I was thinking of setting up I know, I'm a terrible person, a simplified 3D profile, just so that way there's one for it.
What's this? It's quoted by the Almanac. Jimmy opened his, what is this?
Jimmy opened his, I don't know what.
Sarlacc pit and...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow, should we block him for that? That was nasty. Oh.
Oh, touch my face. No! Yeah, I need a shower. That's the standard A10.
Yeah, there's the A10M.
Look at the price. That's thinking cheap for one. I want to do that
really
zebra. I want that zebra right there.
Can we give it to Danielle when we're done?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. She's all into the zebra stripes, isn't she?
Zebra stripes, tiger stripes. I can't remember which one. We'll do a zebra and we'll do a tiger so we got all our bases covered. She will come.
She's Tigress 18, so
It's
is it
gotta be
Tiger?
It's probably Tiger.
I could have swore she was wearing like she had some stuff on those like zebra stripes.
She says it's Tiger Stripes.
Really?
That's what she says.
It's zebra stripes.
It's been a point of contention ever since I've known her.
When it's black and white, it's zebra. When it's like yellow and was it yellow and black?
Something like that. Whatever. I'm downloading the manual for the A10 just to have. Let me look at the specs so I can set it up.
The Sarlacc pit is the hole in Star Wars. The Boba Fett falls into.
Yeah, I've never seen Star Wars, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
And yeah, Bernard says white tie. What? You have never seen Star Wars? What planet are you from?
I come from the planet. I lived
Good
under a rock.
Lord!
I'm not kidding. I'm going as long as I can without seeing it, just for the heck of it.
I'm speechless.
Yes, I always have you speechless. First, it's a nasty laptop. Then it's no Star Wars.
Well, at least your laptop's clean now. At least now when you go to class, it looks respectful.
I know.
I haven't even looked at the top of it. It's been facing toward the camera this whole time.
That's pretty clean.
Is it okay?
Yeah, because that part's up, so crap.
Do I even want to look underneath it?
That's pretty clean.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that inside, so that was wild, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You must have been like eating and spitting all over it. That's probably from all the times you were cracking up about ready to spew all over your laptop when we were streaming.
Probably. Oh boy.
Spooge all over the place like that. Skeet. What in the world? My goodness.
Oh, I'm never gonna go into that.
Dude, it's after 9:30. We better split.
Yeah, this is just going downhill.
It's been downhill since we got here.
Downhill since we got Frosty.
That's what happens whenever I get sugar, man.
Yeah.
At least cleaner. LOL. Yeah, we disinfected that sucker.
Try not to spit all over it again.
Dude, we should have done a video on how to clean windows.
Oh my gosh.
I know every time you tune in, we say goodbye. We do. We've been streaming for what, an hour and a half now?
Yeah. New Rick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad. We need to hang out with Rick.
Yes.
I feel so left out.
How about the next time we go and we set up plans to meet up with Rick, you actually show up?
Sorry, I totally forgot about that. I'm not
No,
kidding.
you didn't forget. You had other things going.
I had something called life, probably.
Yeah. I'm too stressed. Oh my God. You don't understand. You don't understand. It's so hard being me. Oh my God. Just rewind till you see a zoomed in Calvin spinning on his camera lids.
Jimmy blew on it.
No, I breathed on it. That's different from blowing on it. Nasty, nasty.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get out of here, man.
This is a disaster.
That's right. Next week it will be a disaster on yours. By the way, next week we probably won't be streaming on Thursday or Friday. It'll probably be on Saturday. More than likely from here again. I'm going to Chicago on Monday. I'll be back late Thursday evening. I got a special concert to go to on Friday. So right now we'll aim for Saturday for a stream.
Sounds good.
Well, Jimmy, we don't need to know what you and Calvin do off stream. Yeah, it's our little secret. Like, oh my God.
I know where your flu shot spot is now.
No.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not that neat.
On top of that, I blew out my elbow today because all the tires were moving.
Yeah.
Oh man, I took ibuprofen. It still hasn't kicked in. Anyway, let's call it. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll catch you next week.
See you guys.
Bye.
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 Later.
Later.
Say goodnight, Calvin.
Good night.
You're supposed to say goodnight, Calvin. I said, say goodnight, Calvin.
Good night.
He doesn't get it.
No. You'll explain it.